Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvot tav v'tzivanu lihadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Congregation Beth Shalom is a combination of the former Mount Sinai Temple and Shaarei Zion Synagogue, which were long-standing establishments here in Sioux City, Iowa. Mount Sinai Temple was affiliated with the Reform movement, and Shaarei Zion Synagogue was affiliated with the Conservative movement. 20 years ago, we combined to form Congregation Beth Shalom, and we've been rolling along ever since. Sioux City community is, we call it Siouxland, is made up of from 3 states, South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa, and Siouxland is approximately 140,000 in population. Congregation Beth Shalom and the Jewish Federation are involved internally and also with the larger community. We have low unemployment and nice schools and nice homes, and it's a very vibrant community.
I've just accepted the position of Federation President in the last 3 or 4 months, and I'm looking forward to my tenure. Being from Sioux City, born and raised, I feel I know the community quite well. I've served on the Federation board before and on the synagogue board, so I'm really quite comfortable with knowing the needs of the community, and I feel that if there are any problems, we'll address them, and really have no apprehension of any problems coming up. I think that we've become a united community, and things are progressing quite well here. Being born and raised here in Sioux City, I have a deep feeling for Sioux City. It's always been home for me. I have no intentions of moving. It will be my home base in case I decide to maybe vacation for the winter months somewhere else. I really feel that our community has come together. Even though we're becoming smaller, we're still a very strong, vibrant Jewish community considering the numbers that we have. We have several cultural things that go on here throughout the year, with being sponsored by several of our congregants that are still in Sioux City and those that are out of town. Particularly the Tolerance Week, I really feel that the community learns a lot about the things that have happened to the Jewish people. Also, Sioux City has become a real cultural center with the coming of the Tyson Center, the new casino that's coming, and the Orpheum Theater, which is a phenomenal facility that hosts a variety of entertainment that will suit anybody's desires. Sioux City's always been home for me and will always have a warm spot in my heart.
My family started Benfish Tire 100 years ago. It'll be 100 years next April 15th. My grandfather started it with his brother, and at first it was called Fish Brothers Tires. And then my father and they called it Benfish and Son. And then in the 80s, my brother Ron and myself bought it and became Benfish Tire Company. It's been a wonderful part of our community. It's been such an important part to our family. We all kind of grew up in the business. I was the only girl in the fish family. I never expected to be at Benfish. I thought it was just for the boys, and here I am. Unfortunately, I'm the last family member that's going to run it, but I hope it lives for a long time after me. I've been president of Congregation Beth Shalom. This is the end of my fourth and last year there. I really enjoyed the experience. It's been different than any other things I've done in the synagogue. I grew up in Zion, went to Sunday school there, Hebrew school, confirmed, got married, my son was named there. But I really feel the warmthness of Congregation Beth Shalom, how it's become my home. It's an all-encompassing feeling. We have since so many of us have no family here anymore, it's all become a family to us. We've instituted wonderful programs where we all join together. We have potlucks, we have Simchas Torah dinners, we have a lot of different things that brings people together. One of the most important things I feel that's very important to our community, we had over, I think, 89 people this year, is our Seder at Passover.
Passover!
Passover! Passover!
Seven symbols that are on the Seder table for tonight. And each symbol is symbolic of our plight. Freed from bondage into freedom's brilliant light. Unleavened, it's unleavened. Matzah baked by former slaves who were so meek. It's the bread of freedom that all people seek. And we only have to eat it for a week. It's a night we ask 4 questions, and the answers aren't clear. Why do we drink 4 full cups of wine, but never drink a beer? Why do we twice dip the bitter herbs? What's the afikomen for? Who's this prophet called Elijah, whom we don't see at the door? Maror conveys tough lives that Jews led. Try white or try red, it cleans out your head. Carpus, greens of parsley, and they symbolize the springtime as it nears. And salt water symbolizes all the tears shed by Jews as slaves in Egypt all those years. This egg's roasted, yes, it's roasted. No eggs Benedict or scrambled can be found. And this egg looks like it's long been underground. Life's a cycle like an egg, it's round and round. For each plague we dip some wine because the Pharaoh wasn't nice. So his people suffered blood and boils, wild beasts and lots of lice. There were hail and frogs and locusts, there was darkness in the morn. But the last plague was the worst of all. God slew Egypt's firstborn. Haroseth, it's sweet to your licks, like mortar it sticks, turns bowels to bricks. 7 symbols that are on the Seder table for tonight. And each symbol is symbolic of our plight. Freed from bondage into freedom's brilliant light.
Well, I was a native Sioux Cityan. I grew up in Sioux City, and they say that it takes a village to raise a child, and I guess I could say that I was raised by the Sioux City Jewish community. So it's always been close to my heart of what this community does. After graduating law school in 1971, I moved back here, and I have practiced law with basically my own law firm since that time.
As far as my background goes, I graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing from the University of Iowa. That's where Frank and I met. And I came back here and worked part-time for a while as a nurse. And then when we were having our first child, and I was very fortunate, I felt to be able to be a stay-at-home mom. So that's what I did for 24 years. And but in that 24 years, I tried very hard not to let my mind go away from nursing. So I would do volunteer activities that had to do with nursing, and also, of course, with the Jewish community, Hadassah, the Federation, and the synagogues. One of my first leadership positions in this community was as president of the Jewish Federation, which was still at that time in the Jewish Community Center. When I moved to Sioux City in 1971, having grown up in Aberdeen, South Dakota, where the total Jewish population was 100 people, in my mind, it was an obligation of every Jewish person to take a leadership role and to take responsibility for what goes on in the community. And when at the age of 40, I was the first female president of the Jewish Federation, I was very honored and also extremely frightened, because that had been kind of an all-male thing up until then. I see now, these days, with the combining of the congregation being so successful, that we are together and we can work as a group for the future of this Jewish community.
It seems like only yesterday, but these 20 years went by so quickly. This small congregation has meant so much to so many people. It's meant a lot to me too, to my family, to my husband and to myself, to my children who have moved back to Sioux City, to all the people who I believe love this congregation. We're so happy that CBS is here today and is a part of all of our lives. Music is my life, and the music of Judaism has been my life always.
Me promised by God on Mount Sinai. It contains the 613 commandments, as well as all of the ways that we're taught to live. It's a guideline for living decently as human beings. The congregation has been my rock, my foundation. Anytime anything goes wrong in anybody's life, you always know that you have the community to come back to. And this community has been a tremendous support to me and anybody else in this community who needs the support. We've grown, while we've diminished in numbers, we've grown in spirit. Okay, the Torah is the center of Jewish life. It gives us a guideline of how to live, and it tells us that there are right things to do and wrong things to do. It's a moral compass, if you will.
Years ago, I came to the Sioux City Jewish community as the executive director. I was excited coming from the Quad Cities to come to a Jewish community that had a reputation of being an active, vibrant, committed Jewish community. We have done a variety of mitzvah projects. We have painted at the Sanford Center, we have painted congregants' homes, we have done a project for soldiers, we have given a Torah to the armed services, but perhaps our most long-term mitzvah project is related to feeding the hungry. We have a standing commitment at the soup kitchen, and we have an active volunteer corps that goes there, and we also have a standing commitment to the food bank of Siouxland. We are particularly interested in the backpack project that they perform for children. We have also raised money for the food bank, and our members understand the importance of feeding the hungry.
The work we do at the Food Bank of Siouxland is dedicated to making sure that absolutely no one in our community goes hungry, and that's a big challenge. People don't always understand that hunger is an issue right here in Siouxland, and so here at the Food Bank, we're responsible for an 11-county area. We go north all the way to the Minnesota border. We have 8 counties in Iowa. We also have 3 counties in Nebraska, and our distribution rate has been on such a dramatic increase. We distributed 1.8 million pounds of food last year, which was a 32% 10% over the prior year, and we're on track this year to distribute 2.3 million pounds of food. What that says is there's an ever-growing need out there, which is then an ever-present challenge for us. How to get enough food into the warehouse to distribute to our partner agencies to make sure that no one in our community goes hungry. What we do here at the food bank is we bring food together from an incredible number of resources, but the single biggest source of food for us is always our own community. We are so blessed in Siouxland to have a generous, caring community that looks around and says, if there are people that have less than I do, then how can I help? So when we work with our friends, and particularly when we work with our great friends at Congregation Beth Shalom, it's really a delight to me because I think of the national anthem, which means the hope. And after all, that's really what we do here. Together, we provide hope.
My mom and dad brought me here in 1941, and I've been here ever since, except for the time that I was at college where I met my wife Gail, and we've been here ever since. We have 3 children. David, of course, I think all of you know, is very active in our business, very active in our community, and I've been very active in the Jewish community here, not only having served as an officer in the Federation, but an officer with the Congregation Beth Shalom. I was also very active in those years when we really were spending a massive effort in the United Jewish Appeal. I've made several trips to Israel. My wonderful early memories of Sioux City, growing up as a very active participant with BBYO, was with a whole bunch of young adults, young kids my age, at age 16, 17, 18, and there were a whole bunch of us. And we still are very much in communication with each other, and every now and again we get together and have a reunion somewhere. We of course started out in the scrap metal business when my mom and dad came here in 1940 or 41. My dad came here with his whole family from Brooklyn, New York through Brooklyn, Iowa, and then came to Sioux City, which was a place that he determined was going to be a great place to be in the scrap business, and it was. And then somewhere about 1958, things were a little bit slow in the scrap business, so he decided to go into the retailing and wholesaling of new steel products, which he did, with some help from some people who understood what that was all about. He started a new steel supply company, which has been, now become known as State Steel Supply, because we're very proud of what we do.
I came from Springfield, Illinois, and I met Michael at a Mufti convention in Schwader in 1964. So
well, I wasn't even born yet.
Yes, you were. So it's been 50 years come this August that we've been together through Jewish involvement. So what I do at the congregation is near and dear to my heart, and I just wouldn't have it any other way. I kind of grew up that way, and we grew together that way. So.
And we came back to Sioux City in 1976. I was with the phone company at the time. And so we came back here and obviously affiliated, because there were only about 4 or 5 people that didn't affiliate with the congregation. So of course we affiliated and became involved, and it was very important to us. And I'm thinking about some of the things that occurred while I was in one office or another. For example, I was the president of the Federation in the late 80s. we got the call from the National Council of Jewish Federations that the former Soviet Union was releasing or allowing emigration of Soviet Jews for a period of time. They asked communities to take Jewish families out of the Soviet Union and settle them here in the United States and to be sponsors for them. But communities all over the country, like Boston and New York and Miami, were all volunteering to accept 200 and 400 and 500 families. We're trying to save their lives, get them out of the Soviet Union. Convinced me. So I came back and at our next board meeting, I made the statement that exactly as it was explained to us at the GA, and was able to convince the board that we should in fact resettle some of the families here. And we decided to accept, I think, 10 or 12 families the first time around. And thanks to the effort of a few guys, but mostly the tremendous effort of a lot of the women in the community, we did a very, very fine thing, and I was very proud of this community for resettling Soviet Jews here in Sioux City. Many of them didn't stay, some not for very long at all, but some did, and they've been a tremendous addition to the community. But mainly, we got them out of the Soviet Union and got them to this country, and they're thriving now. It was one of the proudest moments of this community, I think.
And it was the most important thing I've probably done in this community, working with those families.
I've been here over 10 years, and during that 10 years, I've been so impressed by our congregation's ability to work together. There's a sense of members of our congregation that are willing to be very, very tolerant and understanding of other people. And they're willing to put individual needs sometimes over not as important as the community needs. And that really is incredibly, incredibly impressive. So there's very, very little strife that I've seen or witnessed in 10 years here, because the people here want to work as a community and build a community. People here are tolerant. They're tolerant of people making mistakes. They're tolerant of people making foibles in various areas of board meetings and committee meetings of various activities that could happen. And that says a lot to our community, that they don't hold strong grudges, and they don't hold angst against people here, and I think it's beautiful. People come together here to work on projects because they know everyone counts. Everyone counts in the community because we're a small community. But the community is small, but it's vital and it's alive, and it is forceful and powerful. Of course, one of my greatest loves are the children. I love working with the younger children, the older children. Confirmation classes over the last 10 years. They bring a lot of simcha and nachas for me, because they have always so curious and so wonderful, wonderful energy for all of us. Whether they build a garden, or whether they go on Shabbatones, or whether they go on youth activities, it's always wonderful to see them grow and learn. I've been really pleased to have helped people through their bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah, as well as confirm many of your children, so that's always been very, very, very enlightening for me to see how they grow, both in their Hebrew skills and in their Judaic skills. The children, in a sense, carry on everything that we teach them and model for them. And many of the parents here model for their children beautiful, beautiful mitzvot of giving to others, generosity of spirit, and doing wonderful mitzvot in the community, not just the Jewish community, but also the larger community of Siouxland. Do their work in charities and boards in our city. In many senses, yes, we'll carry on what we bring to them. And the energy and the focus and the resources that we give to them in the Midrashah and confirmation and through camping helps them identify themselves as Jews. So the reality is that children are our future, and the children are our hope.